A long time ago, it is said, a monster came here.
So it starts off in 1719. Once again, they sent a predator outside to go farm points, easy buckets. The craziest technological gear just to fight cavemen. Naru is looking down from a cliff at this bear, absolutely devouring its food. But the bear got the same type of greed as colonizers. It smelled some more food, but the bow Naru was holding snapped, and the bear rushed towards her, climbing up the cliff, but luckily her dog had the screen of doom, caused the bear to start defending the dog, giving Naru the time to fix the bow and jump down for backup. But the dog was like, "Aight bro, switch back, leading the bear right to her. She was running in the water like how I run in my nightmares, lifting them knees but not going nowhere, diving into the water and hiding in the dam. The bear is right there screaming with its hot breath in her face, trying to get a little nibble. But that's when the predator showed up, trying to up its KD. You trying to box? Mink, 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 mink. Taking the bear, throwing it into the water, closing the gap and started wrestling. The bear let out a victory scream, thinking it cooked the predator and sent it with the fishes, turning around to leave. But the predator got up slowly, back turned, and completely annihilated the bear's jaw. The bear was looking over at the mountains, admiring the view, before falling asleep and getting dragged out, picked up, and the predator started bathing in its blood. Naru couldn't fathom what she was seeing, started swimming away immediately. But you already know, the predator spent 100k on the upgrades. That thermal vision is getting spammed at all times. She makes it away, and the bros find her, telling her that her brother is worried about her, but she wasn't trying to hear any of that shit. "I just saw it. I saw a monster that just killed a bear with its bare hands." But they ain't believe her, so she turned around to walk away, and bro decided to throw down his weapon, talking about some "stop," put his hand on her shoulder and caught a backhand, and from there he was seeing straight red. Grabbed her head, pushed her down, and started dragging her. I damn near subbed in to beat his ass. Let me show y'all a quick little flashback of when I was out there boxing Momoshiki. Naruto called for a switch, and I said, "Yes sir, bet that." Even switched in with Sasuke. Look at that perfect form. But she flipped him over, punched him in the face a couple times, got spun back, dodged, kneed his nose, and ran back in to tackle him to the ground, even biting his arm. So he told her to just leave, but they already set up the passing play, didn't actually let her leave, and punched her in the face, tying her up and sitting her next to a tree. But the predator was lurking, saw one dude step out and pulled up the lasers, and ended up catching 3 arrows and dropping to the ground. Naru's eyes widened. This nigga don't listen. The 2 other bums are looking for the target and see the predator take back its arrows from the body. So they shoot an arrow and hit the arm. The predator said, "Oh no, y'all making me look sorry. The fact I even took damage from y'all is insane." They get hyped and decide to press, missing the swings and stabbing the back before getting chucked to ancient China. The predator takes out a weapon, block, duck, almost took off his balls, and went for another swing before finally cutting off bro's arms. He's sitting there crying his ass off, while the predator just calmly palms his head and ends him. So his backup had to spawn in, hit the back, stabbed the foot, and got smacked right off. Naru, on the other hand, was making sure to get her hands untied while watching dude get cut down to shreds. And now the predator is looking over at her, ready to up its KD. And the way she's looking at it, you would think this is about to be a generational fade. But nah. She hits the jets, got to sprinting with them high knees again, until she runs into some more backup, telling him to sacrifice himself. He don't got none to live for anyways. The predator manages to find him and almost took his head off with some arrows, but they get to sprinting. But the predator must have been in line for that military grade compound V. Hawk dude down in record time. She ain't even look back, said, "Peace, I'ma tell your mom you were a hero." But she ends up getting her foot stuck in a trap, and when the predator realized he was chasing a 60 overall with no badges, she don't got that hunger she needs to learn from VJ Edgecombe. She ends up getting picked up by some French Canadians and thrown into a cage, locked her up like a dog, and asked her to help them. Ain't really give her a choice. Even showed her her brother and demanded that she helped. Like I said, she ain't really have a choice in the first place. You taking her brother hostage was just torture. Anyways, they tie her and her brother up to a tree to lure in the predator. But you see the way this man in the back got chopped off the horse? When they turned around, they saw the crew laid out like some sardines, hearing the predator's footsteps. And it was moving so tough through the fog, stunting on these broke niggas. They can't afford my gear. Get your money up. The predator stepped in a trap and the French Canadians tried to capture it alive for some odd reason. Learning real quick why you shouldn't be out here just trying to domesticate anything. Just shoot the damn thing. It escapes from the trap and ain't even want to run the ones. Just threw it at his head top and was bulldozing through them as if he was stepping on roaches. Grabbed one by the neck, held him back, and used the other hand to flex the skill moves and up the kill count. And this one pulled out a knife. And I can't even show y'all what happened, but let's just say he may be looking at his own ass. Naru explained to her brother that the predator doesn't hunt losers and lames, only people that have some sort of fighting ability, so they have a chance of getting out of here alive, even using one of the traps to break free and escape. Making her way to the camp to get back her dog. Sneaking up, making him stab his own leg, takes the knife, hits the shoulder check, and throws the knife at the background character, just minding his own business. Tackling him to the ground, reaching for the axe, gets dragged and kicks him away, dirtied up her fit. Dodges the swing, misses hers, dodges again, and gets grabbed from behind. She's getting jumped for trying to save her dog. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she was trying to steal some poutine. Weaved the swing again and punted him back before taking a knife and cutting bro. Went for the air and stabbed the leg. Said, man, get your ass off me, and cut the other one down too. Whole time there was a dude in the back minding his business. He only gets paid to clock in and out of work. Anything else is not his problem. Takes the knife back, stabs the other's arm, thanks for the pass twin, and slashes his body to stab the neck. But bro in the background finally decided to get up, so she had to roll over and launch the axe to his skull. Just to see this fool sprinting at her, he might as well be yelling Flint Lockwood. No one is taking him seriously. Tripped him, blocked the attack, gave him some damage and threw the axe at him and hit a trick shot to end the whole fight. I know the dog is shaking in its boots. It ain't trying to go back home with Naru after she just murked like 5 niggas. The dog gonna be on the other side of the road, asking for a doggy treat from a safe distance. This one dude comes through asking Naru for help, so she was being nice trying to help him until she heard the predator coming through. Immediately skedaddled and left bro for dead, to the point where he even had to pretend he wasn't alive. The predator was like, dumbass, you think I'm slow or something? Stepped on his foot and shut him up for good, and that's when the dog started barking, so it upped pole. But luckily, Naru's brother knocked the helmet off and causes the predator to miss the shot. Bro is garbage. Without that mask, he got that stormtrooper type aim. But at the same time, I completely understand why all the predators wear a mask. What in the world am I even looking at? Nigga looks like he was kicked, rolled, picked up, and tossed into acid every single day since the day he was born. It's missing all its shots, struggling to aim, so it resorts to picking back up the mask for the power boost, while Naru pulls out a gun that just isn't working. So she decides to scream to catch the predator's attention and look at her brother's vert. Get him in the league immediately. Ace Bailey was mad that he got shipped off to Utah and now has to listen to cowboy music. He clearly don't even want to be in the league. Just switch him out for Naru's brother. He picks up an arrow and shoots the back, so the predator pulls out the weapon from his chest and went for the swing. Took the arrow back and shot it again. Equipped it again and did some more damage. The predator couldn't handle the fact that it was getting worked, so turned on the camouflage to flex. They were both looking around, trying to figure out where it was. Whole time, I know the predator was just standing there, laughing in their faces, calling them all types of broke, and stabbed the brother through the back, lifting him up, showing him off to the world like Simba, and just drops him face first on the ground until he spawns back in to make one last effort to damage the predator some more, getting crushed in the process. So now it's time for Naru to get back.
Ooh, got his ass, bitch!
She was long gone, washing herself off at the lake. Useless ass sister. Put her up for adoption, please. But she realized her mistake. That get back is mandatory. We need that. She decided to use the fact that the predator thought she was a bum to her advantage, luring the predator to the leader of the French Canadians, letting it kill him, and pointed the gun to the back of its head, pulling the trigger and running off with its mask, its prized possession. Y'all niggas that sleep with shiesties know the feeling. She sets up a trap, placing the mask down for the predator to see it, waiting for it to walk up while she has the high ground, jumping down and spam attacking with the axe, getting thrown off and seeing KSI pull out a weapon, but Stevie Wonder took control. So when the dog attacked the predator, it completely missed the target. She grabs the predator's weapon and waits for the right moment to attack and cuts off the predator's arm and forgot that it's an ISO. Got blocked, smacked across the face, cut down, and almost chopped to pieces. hit it like a baseball, got blocked again, and stabbed the leg. She's putting up numbers I've never seen before. Her great grandkids are gonna look back at this footage in disbelief. Ducks under the left, tried to run, but got chokeslammed with straight disrespect. She had to slide up between rocks just to not lose her neck, ripped its tooth off and stabbed it. The Predator is looking like guts on an average day. Squaring up with Naru, who calls for the passing play, catches the pass, slashes the leg, and starts tying the Predator by the neck, getting launched and pulling it down to swim in mud. But all it takes to wash that off is a simple shower. It pops back up, staring her dead in the eyes, pulling out the gun, taking aim, not realizing that the lasers from the mask were aimed at its own cranium, so the arrows end up lodged into its own brain.